Nay đi lên đường lên núi chơi nhưng mà không có sóng cho nên không có livestream được. Today we went to go to the mountain. But it's no signal here, so I cannot live stream. It's locked. It is locked. Right.
Really cool.
But all the plays were Shakespeare.
Yeah, Shakespeare.
And I was like, I don't want to do a Shakespeare, but there was one that wasn't. It was The Death of a Salesman. And I got to I chose that, and I really liked it. And she said, you should watch the movie. She said, the one I recommend is the one with Justin Hoffman. And that was a very good movie.
And he did Death of a Salesman.
The Death of a Salesman.
Really? Justin Hoffman?
There's no signal here.
He's a very versatile actor.
No signal,
Yes.
so I cannot live stream on Facebook.
I really like that. Yeah, a little sad, but I mean, so many people get caught up in that. I mean, you know what the Death of a Salesman is about, right?
Right, more or less.
Yeah. Well, basically, what happened is not Benny, what was his name? The main character, he got caught in his job, and he started thinking that, he was a salesman.
Mm-hmm.
Benny Logan.
Benny Loman.
And he got caught in this theory, like a lot of people do in their job, very important to the corporation.
Right.
And well respected in their field.
Mm-hmm.
He had this idea that, when he passed away, that there were going to be hundreds of salesmen coming to his funeral. Going to be, in memory of it and all this. And the reality was when he died, it was just his two miserable sons that had really didn't meet him.
Wow.
And his wife and a best friend, and it was in the rain.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
But it was, and he was declining in years, and he couldn't see very good, and he was still trying to be a salesman way into his 60s, driving and traveling salesman. It was sad. I said, when I get out of here, when I retire in another year and a half, or next year, I'm going to have 15,000 hours of personal leave time. I have 13,000 hours of medical leave time. Plus, I'm going to get, so many months and years of severance. And we're all thinking it, and I was thinking it. We all were. Did this guy ever take a vacation? Wasn't he ever home for his family?
I've known people to
He's
to the ground.
No bears,
because they
all right?
give their whole life to the corporation.
It's like,
And they just die.
yeah, and that's what would happen. Within 18 months of them
Oh
retiring,
yeah, he's been left.
sometimes a lot less,
I knew
we
it was
see
for
their
6 months after he retired, he passed away.
we'd see their obituaries in the walking stick.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine started going, hey, look here, he just retired last year. There he is, he passed away. And we're like, Jesus, I mean, I know there's dedication to the company, but you also have your life. And they will use you. They don't care. They
Trên đường
really
lên
don't
núi
care.
này.
Not the right thing, yeah.
They like to put on like they're concerned. They don't give a crap. You are just a tool. You are a machine. You are an asset to be used to make them profit. That's all there is. And all the young people know that, but no time for saying. And maybe the world changed their
Worked so hard. He worked on the computer all the time. He died at a very early age.
Lên trên cao này điện thoại không có sóng.
So much of his life, his preparation for what? Like you just said.
No signal here. It's in the mountain.
He worked for NVIDIA. He was doing fantastic.
No signal for the internet. No signal for the phone. So we cannot call, cannot use internet.
Replace you. We can't find anybody qualified. And I would think, well, gee, that's their problem. If they wanted to pay the CEO hundreds of millions of dollars a year, and they refuse to train somebody to take this place.
Yeah.
That's their
My
problem.
son who lives
But they made it his
LA,
problem, and unfortunately, he came in there another,
and we
4 or 5 years.
twice
He really wanted to retire, and then about the time he retired, within a year or so,
Xa quá ha.
No, it's in the hills.
so then he started getting
But
kind
so
of bummed
my
out because he
grandson was
realized he
outside
waited
and
too
his
long
dog
to
was
retire.
outside.
Yeah.
The dog, and he said, run inside, Pop, get Pop.
He should have retired when he could.
Yeah.
We have just gone
But they kept telling
the
him,
market's so dangerous.
and of course they give you
Little
bonuses,
bonuses and
they
this
give you
and that.
money.
Oh, yeah, they
But
entice
money-
you. They
Yeah, they
entice you.
entice you. But money can't buy back the years of your
Because again, I told my son,
It cannot.
because he says,
Stream thôi nha.
So anyway, they go through
The street badly. Bad street. So it had a sound. You hear that?
They want you to
It's bad street. Bad road.
You know, I'm not going to go anywhere. You know, my mom is really sick. She's got Alzheimer's. The nurse can tell, the nurses that come over can tell she's slowly progressing.
right.
Her heartbeat
Her
is
heart
really getting a little
become
bit
that.
slower. Her Alzheimer's is getting, but
Mình
the
tới rồi ha.
Alzheimer's changes.
Chắc vậy.
You know, things
Stop
that she
here.
used to mention all the time.
Good morning.
Now she's like shifted to another gear.
Yeah.
And sometimes she remembers things and sometimes she doesn't.
Yep.
She'll like sometimes she'll see me and she go, "Who are you?" I go, "Mom, I'm Raymond." And she'll say, "You can't be Raymond. Raymond's a little boy." I said, "No, Mom, it's me. I used to be a little boy." And then she'll say, "How old are you?"
You just have to be patient. But yes, Mom, I know I was going to have a lot of patience. And he did because I was very patient with him. But the rest of the family was not.
Yeah.
They kept wanting him to remember that. He's not going to remember it. What part of the mission do you guys not understand?
Yeah, she's not going to
He's not going to
remember.
remember. He can write it down in big huge boards and he's still not going to remember. But they just would not accept it. And it's like,
Yeah, my sister's a little bit getting better. But both me and my brother and my sister's son, my nephew, we all understand it better.
yeah.
We say, you know, because my mom would come up saying things
Okay.
like she said, okay, one time she was telling us,
What would be the weather?
some of it's almost funny. It's sad, but it's funny.
Oh, it's
Like she
going to
was
be a
telling
nice
us
night here. I
when they
think
lived
it's
in New Mexico,
going to be
they
in the
built their
mid-70s.
home
Oh, not bad.
Right.
and she was saying one time the father was gone somewhere doing something.
Đến đây rồi
And
mình
some of these men
sẽ
came on horseback.
chỗ này nhiều cây
And
cối.
most of them stayed
thiên
a
nhiên,
little bit away, but one of
mát
them came up
mẻ.
on his horse and walking to the house.
Natural
He
trees.
said that he was really hungry, so they made him something to eat and he drank some coffee. And he told them that
Nó không có sóng á. Cho
they
nên
said
you need to be
he,
on high.
that he told them that he was Pancho Villa.
No signal here.
And I know it can't possibly
I
be
know
true,
he's already
but
dead, yeah.
he was dead. My mom wasn't born till 31.
That it is open, and we're so excited that you all get to be the first ones to officially walk it. Yeah. Along the way, we have 3 different stations set up where we can learn about the trees in the hidden meadow, the animals that rely on the hidden meadow, and the decomposers that help make the soil in the hidden meadow. Do you guys have any questions before we head out on the trail?
Are there any wild animals here?
There are wild animals here. We probably won't encounter any on this hike, but you know, we can't leave anything. We can't say not because this is their home, you know. But I'll promise I'll protect you guys.
Oh, thank you.
You do have a shotgun, right?
Oh, yeah.
No,
You can.
speaking about that.
Just kidding. I have no weapons, but I'm so scary. You know. All right, just follow the sound of my voice. The path is quite level and paved, so we should be able to walk pretty steadily.
Where's your wife?
Hello. Good to see you.
Giờ mình đi bộ.
Can you walk blind people?
It is.
Oh, you gotta let us know when there's a little bump or something. So we'll
Gọi.
call the
Ê,
whole-
anh đi
and let us
xa
know
xa
when
anh
there's a
chút
bridge,
dẫm
so we'll
vậy đó
follow
rồi cái
you.
công gỡ không được á.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Traveling.
They saw a mountain lion in San Jose?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're doing like Apollo Farm. And it's still in
Cái này là cái cầu nè. Bridge.
I think they ended up in
Here,
like.
we can pause right here while we let everybody catch up.
They got it?
No, like they saw like a house on 24th and Santa Clara.
My parents went 21st and Santa Clara.
Don't go outside.
Nháo luôn. Trên này không có sóng á, cho nên không quay được.
Oh, sorry, I turned around on you. I turned it around.
You on this walk. Very excited to see the new bridge and see this trail. Would ignore us as much as you like. We're just gonna follow you around.
That won't be a problem.
We're gonna have multi-careers after this.
Excellent, excellent. If you're willing, is it, first of all, is every video okay to be on camera?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We can't see.
No.
Is there anyone that's not okay? Okay, very good.
Wonderful. Okay. I have a little microphone. I might ask a question or two if along the way, if that's all right. Feel free to answer or not. But mostly we'll just be following you and taking this walk with you and seeing it for the first time as well. So so thank you all for being here. Very excited to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then
Okay.
this kind gentleman, Cornell, did ask, this is my first time leading a group of blind folks. Yeah. And so, you know, I've got my assumptions, but please feel free to stop me, yell out if you need me to take a second, slow down, or anything that would be more helpful to you all. I'd be happy to adjust at any point.
So, well, my name is Lisa Kwan, and I'm the director for the VISTA Center. So these are all folks with me. One of the best things you can do is describe what you're seeing, directional, as well as could you describe yourself?
Oh, yes, of course. So once again, my name is Michelle Garcia. I'm about 5'1", so most folks think I'm on the shorter side. And I've got
Me
like
too.
medium length brown curly hair. And I'm wearing a light blue button up tucked into some brown hiking pants.
And I'm Jordan. I'm middle-aged, a little overweight, just got a buzz cut. And I brown pants, blue shirt, and
We're matching.
yeah. I kind of feel like I look like a ranger a lot, which is a compliment. I think that's about it for me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a parent of twins.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And then Dan, do you want to introduce yourself?
The cameraman.
I'm Dan. I'm similar qualities that Jordan just spoke of, but I'm covering my buzz cut with a hat, and we'll be slinging a camera around and trying to get shots while trying to stay out of the way. So.
And he's wearing a long sleeve blue shirt with tan pants and blue shoes. So if you can see, then you know that he's got a darker blue shirt, more vibrant.
Don't swing the camera too hard now.
My shirt.
Also blue. You got the memo.
Blue and white.
That's because we got the blues.
Cái phone của em nó rớt xuống đất nhiều lần đó mà nó không dập phone nó. Nãy ông Ray cũng làm một cái ào rớt xuống đất rồi.
Across the bridge.
Okay,
You're going to sound as my voice. It's a
Đi anh.
quite wide bridge, so
Đây là cái cầu. Cầu. Ở dưới có nước. Bridge. Water. Anh đi qua nhanh để em quay cái này bước xuống. Rồi stay here đi. Đứng đó nha.
and now we're walking onto our new trail. We're officially on the new trail. You folks can wait here. I'm just gonna make sure the rest of the group.
Llagas Creek.
Llagas Creek goes all the way to Monterey Bay, and this is some of the beginning headwaters of it.
Really? Wow. It goes all the way to Monterey Bay?
Oh yeah, I know. We're at that dividing line between going to the, although back in the day, a lot of locals used to say that they would fish and catch very large fish in this creek. Wow. Probably 2 feet at the biggest.
Like a veil? Like a veil or a shop?
What does Llagas mean?
That's a good question. I don't know, actually.
It probably means big fish.
It means big fish. It's Llagas. So Spanish, Llagas.
They're all gonna check Google later.
I know. If I had phone service, I would Google it right now.
You're going to spell it L-L-A-G?
Llagas.
E-S, okay.
All right, so now you guys are going to walk just a little bit further towards my voice, and we're going to make a right-hand turn along this paved, textured path.
Okay, well just be careful that feet in front of you.
There is some grass on either side of y'all. That is totally fine if you walk through it a bit. There's going to be some tree branches kind of sticking out on your right-hand side. That's okay. You can give the tree a little high five if you brush past it.
Lupe. It's Spanish. Maybe it's a form of the word you know.
Beautiful.
Yes, some more branches on your right-hand side. All right, keep coming a little bit closer, and we're gonna take a pause right here.
Oops.
The meadow is outlined by many different species of trees. So surrounding us and above us are a lot of different shades of green. And inside the meadow, what's behind you all is a lot of tall, dry, brown grass. We have reached June, so summer is starting. And so this is probably the first week or so this meadow has turned brown. I'd say a lot of the year it's a nice, lush green. But that's totally fine. The meadow goes through seasons just like us and just like the rest of nature. At this station, we are going to be talking about the trees of the meadow. In front of me is a table with a black tablecloth on it and a bunch of leaves set out. The leaves in front of me feature 3 main different tree species that you can find in the meadow. And in a moment, I'm going to hand out the leaves and the branches of one particular tree. And as I hand them out, I would love for you to turn to each other or think to yourself, what do you notice about the way these leaves feel? What do you notice about the way these leaves smell? And maybe you will recognize this tree. It is definitely quite a common tree. It's kind of a hint. But it plays, just because it's common doesn't mean it's not important. All right, and once you've gotten a good feel for it, feel free to pass it down to your next person in the line. All right. In our pink dress here, would you like to be one of the first folks? And when you're done, you're going to pass it to the person on your right-hand side.
It not smell.
Go towards the very end of our line.
It not smell.
No.
No smell. Huh?
No smell.
No smell. Yes, for lock.
Here you go. Here you go. Lock.
Lock.
Thử cầm thử phiêu phiêu.
David is on your left-hand side.
Đưa cho cái người.
Don't know the name of the tree? Who's on my right?
I think Crow.
I think give him that back.
Do you know for him? Do you know what?
No, can't be that. Doesn't have any smell. No smell at all.
Make observations. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See what she's
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Did you all folks over here get the chance to?
Yes. No, I did before. I did it. I did recognize it.
Oh, yeah. Know it all.
She knows her trees.
I live in the middle of them. You can pass it to your right one.
Đây ngửi thử. It smell.
It smells.
Like,
Smell it.
Oh yes, it's big.
cái cây này gọi cây gì?
It smells so pretty.
What is it?
Oh, it smells nice.
That's really strong.
What do you call this?
Bay.
Here's our leaves.
Okay, nice.
Bay. I love bay. If you walk into a grove of bay trees, it smells so delicious. Like, you're having pot roast right there.
You take that? You take that? Take that? Did you try?
Yeah, it's, I know what it is.
What is it?
Does anybody want these
What do you
leaves?
call that?
It's a bay.
You want
I
them for
don't know
him?
if they're the same one
big.
that
I
you
think they're
had.
the same.
Bay. B-A-Y.
Bay.
Anybody else want some leaves?
B. Bay.
If you snap one,
Uh-huh.
one of the leaves,
Uh-huh.
now smell it.
Oh, it smell. I
smells
taste
kinda
that.
like a-
Very strong.
Yeah, strong smell.
Does everybody get to touch it? No? Everybody?
Yes, correct. That's what I'm saying.
All right, folks. Once again, shout out. What does it remind you of? What does it feel like?
Bay.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's got very long, kind of thinner-ish leaves, very smooth. Yes, kind of like that reminds me of
Also mentioned the woodpeckers, using it for storage.
Cái này là mấy cây
acorn woodpeckers love.
để người ta ngồi á.
And I guess something about their outer layer of bark is really thin, and so it's easier for them to get through. Yeah. Whereas oak trees have like a really thick, rough bark on the outside.
I live in Morgan Hill, and in where I live, there's a lot of oak trees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, very cool.
yeah. They built a new housing project, and there was a oak tree there, and they built around it.
Good. I'm glad it
Yeah,
lived
because I
on.
think it's illegal to cut them down. So they built around the tree.
I know where our offices are. It's in like a big office park. There's tons of just random plain white buildings.
Kinh nghiệm với mốt mình đi trước á, mình mới quay được, hiểu không? Mình đi sau á, không quay được. Tại vì người ta ngưng ở chỗ nào đó, mình đâu có.
And we're gonna stop right there at our next station.
Đứng đó buông tay.
I can't see well, but what I can see is your beautiful fluffy hair.
Oh, thank you. I know it's pretty identifiable,
Yeah.
and it is especially fluffy today. I don't know what it is. I think it's like
Không
starting to
đây.
change in the weather. In summer, it's always like drier and like
Oh, okay.
fluffier.
Just stay there. Stay here. Stay here. Stay here.
Come.
All right, folks, keep on walking towards the sound of my voice. Okay. You're perfect right here. And once again, I'm standing in front of the table with a black tablecloth. But in this time, instead of leaves and branches in front of me, I have some feathers. We are currently standing on the farthest section of the meadow away from the parking lot. So we are deepest into this new area. Once again, behind me are some tall trees, a mix of oaks, bay laurels, and sycamores. And behind you is some dry, tall grass. But part of the reason I love this section is not only are we deepest away from the parking lot, but we're also closest to the creek, which means you can hear the water from here. And you also may be able to hear some bird species that live and rely on these trees. So, for this section, I would like an exercise. If you all could start to, I'm going to give you guys probably like 30 seconds to be completely silent and listen. And I would challenge you, try to count in those 30 seconds, how many different bird calls can you hear? How many different bird calls can you hear? All right, starting now. Yes, there were two that I heard right away.
Cái này gì, gì? Turkey hả?
So, how
Turkey hair.
that
It's turkey hair. Key tether.
observation notes about
Tether.
that you're
Fair.
picking up that aren't
Turkey fair.
most people miss when they just look at an object.
Fair. Nè. This is
Be visually impaired. I mean,
Would not be able to grow, and therefore our birds that we love and our other animals would not have habitat to thrive in if we did not have healthy soil at the foundation of it all. And our decomposers are why we have healthy soil. Does anyone know? Oh, yeah. It is rubber.
Oh.
Yes. I wouldn't let you touch real stuff of that. Does anyone know? So decomposers are things like insects, slugs, fungus, anything that takes dead and dying material and breaks it down and turns it into soil. Does anyone have any guesses? What is that dead and dying material exactly? What specifically would that be?
Leaves.
Leaves, yes.
That's the same as
Fallen
grass,
leaves, yes. Dead plants.
bird poop.
Poop,
Bird poop.
yes. In fact, I know we just talked about turkeys. Cornell, this is what you just picked up. Now, I would like to let you know this is fake and rubber, but turkey poop and bird poop has very specific structure. And I've got some fake turkey poop that mimics the structure of it if you want to touch it and pass it around. Cornell already did. How about Ruben, if you reach out your hand in front of you. There you go, nice. In stark contrast, we have coyote poop. Once again, it is fake, but it has a very distinct structure. I'm going to start it at the other side. Thank you.
Marbles. Little marbles. Little kids must love it. Pellets.
Spraying with rubber poop.
Folks in the middle.
Yeah, probably.
You all we don't have, no more fake scat, but we do have a decomposing log in front of us. The log, and it has the fungus that is currently breaking it down. So if you want to come up to the sound of my voice and reach over, and you're able to touch and feel how soft this bark is, it's dry, and I have hand sanitizer. Gail, question, yeah.
This is from
my question is, if you're
feels like little marbles, huh? Little stones. What is it, a face? Yeah, oh yeah. It represents that. You could pass it to your right.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
It's a real thing. Real poop. Real poop. Coke is the real thing.
So these closers are kind of funny. They're whatever the dead and dying material, decomposers will find it.
Oh my goodness.
You could add extra, like add worms,
Oh wow.
or add extra stuff, but usually the bacteria. Obviously it's kind of flat back.
Không được nóng.
Tại nó nắng á. Cầu bridge.
You can stand right there. We'll just let the rest of the group catch up.
Đứng đây cho nó mát nè anh. Đây đứng cho nó mát.
Keenan, go ahead and start to make a slight right hand turn.
Đứng đây cho nó mát. Xịt nữa thì không nghe.
The sound of my voice. I'm just gonna kind of sit in front of you real quick.
Lisa, we're gonna take this picture.
All right. Yeah, it's great. All right.
I want a picture with you.
How does it feel to be out in a beautiful place like this in nature?
The best thing. Enjoy nature, I tell you. Yes.
You said, I'm sorry, you said it's great?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's great to get out and, you know, out and about.
Yes.
You know, not only that, but to learn what's around you. Yeah.
Này cũng có một cái đoàn khác hả? Mát quá ha.
The owners of the island, they're all, you know, they're the same group, but she works on.
Cái dù. Đứng đây.
Hey, who's this?
Chỗ này láo nháo à? Đang đó rồi rút. Đó rồi rút. Sợ mình lạc rút. Cái này rút khác.
I don't know if I could, yeah, I tried to do that.
Đứng đây đi. Lúc mình nằm được.
People to land in the Santa Clara Valley and surrounding Santa Cruz and Diablo Range Mountains. These lands are the ancestral and unceded territories of the Awaswas, Tucheños, Wisconsin, Samian, and Yokuts peoples. As a public agency, it is our responsibility to acknowledge the historically documented violence and injustice that occurred as local tribal groups were forcibly displaced from these lands. We also acknowledge and respect indigenous peoples of this place today.
It helps if you talk directly into the microphone.
Muwekma Ohlone tribe of the San Francisco Bay Area, and the Tamian Nation, who work to restore and protect their culture and connect to the land. I'm Jennifer Peth, Associate Open Space Planner with the Authority, and I serve as the Assistant Project Manager for the Llagas Creek Bridge and Hidden Meadow Trail project. We're also joined today by some members of our Board of Directors. We have Director Alex Kennett, as well as members of our Citizens Advisory Committee, Kathy Sutherland, Steve Mink, and her Emeritus member, Eric Carruthers. If you all could raise your hands. Thank you, and then Helen Chapman as well. We additionally have with us a few of our consultants and contractors, Restoration Design Group and Amy West, who worked on the planning and design of the bridge, and Brandon Construction, who worked on the construction of the bridge. Additionally, we want to acknowledge California State Parks for their contribution through the per capita grant program funding of over $1 million. If we clap loud enough, maybe they can hear us in Sacramento. So for the past 5 years, the design and construction of this bridge has been one of the top priorities of the planning department. Coming on the heels of the opening of Maya and Yakima, Coyote Ridge Open Space Preserve, we are very happy to deliver this project that expands accessibility at Rancho Cañada del Oro Open Space Preserve and gets us one important step closer to expanded regional trail access to the south. Due to the seasonally high waters of Llagas Creek, operational and public event access was previously limited to dry periods of the year. Some of you remember those open access days programming. The new bridge will provide year-round access across Llagas Creek while creating an environmental uplift in the creek by removing an old ford crossing and expanding the riparian buffer. We worked in close partnership with our environmental education team with the aim to make a space that will support events and programming for future public engagement. The new Hidden Meadow Trail adds to the unique experiences people can expect to find at Rancho Cañada del Oro, while expanding the type and number of accessible features at the preserve. So we're also joined today by a few speakers. I'll introduce first Dr. Nusrat Khalili, Chief Operating Officer of Bay Area Older Adults.
So Bay Area Older Adults is honored to be a part of the Llagas Creek Bridge ribbon cutting ceremony. Our mission is to empower adults of all abilities to take charge of their health, embrace diversity, and become change agents for environmental sustainability. Each year, we enable tens of thousands of people to trek on nature trails, learn about different cultures, preserve the environment, and build community. Now, Bay Area Older Adults flagship program is a multi-sensory educational nature walks for visually, mobility, and cognitively impaired adults and their caregivers. People living with disabilities are 2 to 3 times more likely and vulnerable to chronic diseases. So physical activity and engagement with nature can reduce the risk of and help manage existing chronic diseases. So it is persons with disabilities that can benefit the most from access to parks and preserves. As a disability-inclusive nonprofit organization that facilitates nature exploration in the Bay Area, we understand the challenges of our clients in finding accessible and safe trails. We reduce barriers by providing transportation, specially trained guides, as well as decades of experience hiking regional trails. But we rely on our park system partners, such as Open Space Authority, to build and maintain trails that are accessible to all. So their new Hidden Meadow Loop Trail adds to their existing ADA trail network and adds amenities such as benches where you can sit and listen to the creek and the birds, feel the breeze, and smell the fragrance of flowering plants. We thank Open Space Authority for their dedication and look forward to partnering with them more in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sleeley. I would now like to introduce Open Space Authority volunteer Emily Chow.
Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Emily, and this is my service dog Junebug, and I am one of the volunteers. I am one of the volunteers with the Open Space Authority. I am visually impaired, and I am on the autism spectrum. And a little bit about me is that I am currently a master's degree student at San Jose State University, studying my master's in library and information sciences. In addition, I am also a Cal Poly Humboldt alumni, class of 2023, where I received my bachelor's degree in environmental science with an emphasis in education and interpretation in 3 years. I learned how to create programs like environmental and historical programs for people to learn from and enjoy them. In addition, I also learned about climate change and why our planet is changing because of climate change and why it is important to be sustainable. I first started volunteering with the Open Space Authority in August of 2020 to get some hands-on experience.
Could you please speak directly into the microphone?
Okay, to get some hands-on experience in doing environmental education and interpretation. And in my first volunteer experience with the Open Space Authority was the day after was the Hike Your Pie Off outside that happened right after Thanksgiving in 2020. I really enjoyed that interpretation, especially hearing the oohs and ahs of the guests when I taught them about the wascals or the snake skin from the interpretation kit, and as someone with multiple disabilities, it is very challenging to get access to nature. Public transportation like buses, paratransit, and Uber can be very expensive to get from your house to nature. And sometimes my friends won't even drive me because they don't want my service dog's hair in their car. And I feel like nobody should ever pay a huge price just to visit nature because they can't access it. Being out in nature is really important to me because it helps me with my mental health of being focusing on the sounds like the nature, the noises from the nature, and being away from the city. For example, like hearing the birds right now, it makes me feel so relaxed, and you can learn something new every time you visit nature. For example, why ground squirrels actually alert, and hearing the coyotes howling at 7:50 in the morning at the Sierra Vista Open Space Preserve. I'm really excited about the new Hidden Meadow accessible trail. I really like how this trail is accessible for everyone, whether you have a disability or if you have a disability or not, and it provides equal access to everyone to get access to nature. I hope you enjoy this brand new trail, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Emily. So before I introduce our final speaker, I wanted to also acknowledge we have a representative here from Bay Area Redwoods who provided the awesome reclaimed redwood lumber that you see our interpretive signs mounted on, that you will see in the Hidden Meadow Trail. And then additionally, that there are also staff present representing San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan's office, as, believe it or not, we are in the city of San Jose here. And I'd like to now introduce our final speaker, Andrea McKenzie, the General Manager of the Open Space Authority.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rancho Cañada del Oro Open Space Preserve. We're here in the foothills of the Santa Cruz Mountains. Thanks for coming out today to celebrate the official opening of this beautiful new bridge over Llagas Creek and an accessible recreational trail. I'd like to especially thank the Santa Clara Valley Open Space Authority staff who worked so hard to make this project happen over the last few years. Jennifer Peth, who's our MC today, Lucas Shellhammer, our planning, design, and construction manager. Lucas, where are you? Thank you, Lucas. And of course, I'd like to thank our awesome speakers, Emily Chow, our volunteer, and Dr. Khalili, and visitors from Bay Area older adults who've really made this morning's event so special. Thank you for being here. And Michelle Garcia, thank you, our educational coordinator, for leading the special tour this morning, and I dare say we'll have some after we do the ribbon cutting. So we're taking some big steps forward today, but let's also remember where we were in the past, back to 2003 to 2008. There were some really important land acquisitions that happened to make this over 5,000 acre open space preserve happen. California State Parks and the Peninsula Open Space Trust, Santa Clara County Parks, and the City of San Jose really made this preserve possible, contributed funding, and helped the Open Space Authority open this first open space preserve in our system. I don't have to tell you that as our urban cities, become denser, our parks and open space become that much more important in our quality of life, and the critical life-supporting natural infrastructure benefits for public health and resilience to a changing climate. We're a public land conservation agency that serves over 1.4 million residents, and we're so happy to see the incredible diversity of visitors that come out to our open space preserves. Open space preserves are natural spaces permanently protected to benefit nature and people. I like to say that nature is the great equalizer, and everyone should feel welcome in nature. But as we know, and as we heard from Emily and Dr. Khalili, access to nature is not always equitable or easy. Our beautiful new bridge over the Llagas Creek and the continuation of the existing beautiful paved trail here through the Llagas Meadow is an example of how we're working to make nature more accessible to everyone. We're continuing to grow our public open space preserve system, which is open to the public free of charge 365 days a year, so people can enjoy nature and reap the physical and mental benefits that being outdoors in nature provides. The Open Space Authority also invests in meeting people where they are, connecting people to nature in our urban open spaces through our Urban Grants program, bringing nature to neighborhoods, providing educational programming on the environment. And our goal through that is to make sure that we invest in nature to benefit people, to make nature accessible to folks, and create a sense of place and belonging, which couldn't be more important as we move into the future. We also know that feeling safe and comfortable and welcome is an essential prerequisite to people caring about nature and feeding a passion to protect the natural world, including the wildlife that so depend on these open spaces to survive and thrive. You might have read in the newspaper or seen in the news, just in the last 48 hours, 2 sightings of mountain lion in the city of San Jose. Nature is right here with us. So this beautiful bridge and new accessible hidden meadow trail is an exciting milestone in our 30-year history, and will contribute to create regional trail connections with existing parks and open spaces. With this bridge, we can now begin planning a new backcountry trail, which will more than double the public trail system in Rancho Cañada del Oro, connecting visitors to the Blair Ranch, an expanse of open space lands that's over 1,800 acres in size. So this literally is a bridge to the future. We look forward to engaging the public in the planning of that expanded backcountry trail, and will offer many opportunities to children, youth, and families wanting to explore nature close to home. So if you have ideas about what we can do in the future with these new trails and connecting to the other side, Blair Ranch, talk to our staff today and give them your ideas. This fall, we're going to dedicate 5 miles of existing trail here at Rancho Cañada del Oro as part of the Bay Area Ridge Trail, a comprehensive trail system that encircles San Francisco Bay on the front ridge throughout all the 9 counties. We're doing that in partnership with the Bay Area Ridge Trail Council, and we'll look forward to connecting that Bay Area Ridge Trail segment with the new trail across the creek behind me. So we're honoring today and highlighting the important connections that Rancho Cañada del Oro will make as a regional asset, a natural asset for the benefit of the public, and connecting to regional...
Núi đẹp không? Mountain.
Pardon?
It's very.
He never comes. He doesn't go on these. He doesn't go on. My husband never comes on these. This is not one of the things he does. I mean, he loves hiking, but he's busy. He's got a life. He doesn't. He'll come help on Wednesdays sometimes, but I don't. He's never been on one. It's just.
It's really nice when he does, because he's really nice with everything.
Isn't he? Yeah. I mean, he comes to the picnic. He'll be there on the 3rd. That should be really fun. It's a new place, so it's not the same old, same old. There's not going to be a band, so you guys can talk, right? There'll be more people. Yeah, but it's like that people can't hear. They can't hear until the top. They're not a concert. I mean, I don't mind it, but when it costs a lot.
Đây là chắc đây là chắc ông cú gà cũng còn, thấy không? Còn chứ không tôi đã nói rồi. Còn.
They're ahead of us. You are. It's okay.
Đây là núi nè, đó mấy cảnh. Nay đi du lịch. Kiếm cái ben. Thôi đi siêu đây thay bầu này đi. Không được. Biết mình có được ngồi đây không ta? Biết có được ngồi chỗ này không hay là ngồi đây thôi? Được, ngồi đây cho ấm, đây cho mát. Coi. Hay là qua đây. Tại cái chỗ này đưa nó ra ngồi đâu. Not enough table.
We can create. It looks like
qua đây. Qua đây.
So there's lots of tables here. They're all shaded.
Đây đi.
Left hand ring finger, first string, the bottom string.
Correct.
And the A is the
Giờ bắt đầu ăn trưa, take lunch.
Oh, I know, probably, yeah.
He'll come out when the food comes out.
Yeah, we'll feed
Probably
him.
hiding somewhere.
We'll have to feed the poor guy.
Think of that poor person that discovers it in their backyard.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know about that.
Somewhere in San Jose.
A little kitty cat that might surprise it or something, or a dog.
It went down, I think, to Happy Hollow area.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's way in the city.
They, all that
Can you do it?
Okay, do you have
Tới giờ ăn nè. Đó, mỗi người một hộp. Nay Khánh thành cầu cho nên đãi mỗi người một cái hộp. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
They celebrate the new bridge here. So they treat us. Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you.